Hi, everyone. Well, I've sold my podcast and I will be moving on as the owner and as the host of the Marketing Companion. And this is kind of an unusual business move, perhaps even rare. So I thought it might be worthy to tell the story of what's happening, why now, and how I sold the show. So first, I want to emphasize that I loved doing this podcast. And it wasn't a matter of leaving the show because it was in decline, because I was tired, because I was retiring. It was none of that. And it was really about this word of release. The show is at the top of its game. It's doing great. I have thousands of people that listen to it every week in 122 different countries. I've got sponsors. I've got money coming in for the show. We've had nearly 3 million downloads of the show. I've got 13 years of content. So it wasn't really a matter of failure or getting tired or retiring, but it was this idea of for me to move on and do new things, I had to come to psychological terms with really releasing this. It's not, quitting or retiring or stopping it. It's releasing it and giving it a new life with someone else. There were really three reasons behind this. I'm at a point in my life where I just needed to get some time back in my life. I'm just doing too much. You don't have to have bad things happen to you to be stressed. Sometimes there's too many good things happening to you, and that can cause a lot of stress. And I just needed time back to breathe and to enjoy the journey. The second signal for me was that after 13 years, there was a certain sameness starting to creep in. And I made this commitment to myself that if I ever wasn't completely proud of what I was doing, that would be a sign that it was time to move on. Now, I am proud of what I'm doing. And over 13 years, we never had a topic that we covered twice. It was a different show every time. So it was still interesting, exciting, and new. But it's just started to feel like work. And I was afraid that that was going to show up to the audience. And I mean, I care too much about the audience for that to happen. The third thing that happened, and maybe this is the most important thing, is that I found just the right person to continue the legacy of this show. I had dinner with my friend Sandy Carter last year, and it just occurred to me that she would be the perfect person to take over this show. It would be good for her career. It would be great for the audience of this show. She's a legend, and she's so well connected, and she could bring so much new energy and excitement to the show. And so I asked her if she was interested in buying the show from me, and she said absolutely. So we worked out a deal and we worked out a transition plan, and she is the right person. She's the right person at the right time. And so that was sort of the final part of this release that I felt proud, I felt comforted that this show I worked so hard on, that's been such a big part of my life for 13 years, was going to be in the right hands. Whenever I create any content, whether it's a book or a blog or a podcast episode, there's only one thing that goes through my mind, and that is I will never let you down. I have to be proud of everything I put out for you. It's going to be relevant, interesting, timely, and entertaining every single time. And I know it will be with Sandy at the helm. So I just felt a great amount of pride and joy that I was able to turn this over to her. A certain amount of sadness because this has been a big part of my life, and just a lot of happiness that this is still going to be a great show for you. I've said this on the podcast a number of times before, but I'll never forget the sheer awe that I felt when I saw someone who had left the very first comment on my blog. And I was just blown away that someone out there cared enough about me and my content to spend time with me. And I've never lost that feeling. I have not. I've never lost that sense of awe and that sense of deep gratitude and appreciation for all of you out there who spend time with me and my content. So I feel good. I feel good that the show is going to be in great hands. And thank you so much. If you've been a supporter of the show, if you've never listened to the show, I've got 13 years of episodes you could catch up on. Thanks so much for listening to this video and my podcast.